Eugene, I'm sorry, this is Eugene Cunanan from Fairway Mortgage. I'm going to let him introduce himself later, but we're going to talk about first-time home buying. We're going to talk about the process. We're going to talk about, he's going to give some tips. He's awesome. I don't know why he doesn't want to be live right now, but this actually is better for you guys because since he isn't live, I get to send you guys the link upload, and you guys can keep it for yourself to have for further knowledge and to remember us when you're ready to buy your first home. So, Eugene, giving you the floor. Introduce. Oh, first of all, look at his new haircut. All right, Eugene, what we got?
Well, I'm Eugene Cunanan. I've been in the industry for 13 years. I work for Fairway Mortgage. The reason why I love working for the company is because of the products that they have to offer for any buyer, not just first-time home buyers, along with the support system that we have here. And the most important thing with a lot of agents are the quick closings. So that's definitely what we can do here in this company.
Get you done fast, get you in your home fast. Okay, so as far as first-time home buyer, we're going to go into that and talk about the first thing that I always tell my first-time home buyers or any buyer, any renter, well, not really renters, any buyer that they're going to go and get a pre-approval. That's the first process to do to make sure that you know what. You tell me, what does a pre-approval do as far as letting a client know what kind of house they can get?
So let's start with the pre-approval process. So the pre-approval process consists of me taking your information from your full name, address, phone number, date of birth, social security number, 2 years employment history, and 2 years residential history. Once I get that information, I basically pull credit. And if you maintain the minimum that we require, then the next step I do is email you a list of documents I'm going to need to verify, along with a bar authorization form for me to contact your employer to verify that the information that you provided to me is in fact accurate. Once I get that and verify that, I'll be able to determine exactly how much you can qualify for. And so once I issue that letter is good to go.
And that's important to me to get your pre-approval letter because that's how I can efficiently look for the home that you are going to purchase. That pre-approval letter lets me know how much the house can cost. So it lets me know how much home you can buy with the specs that you have given me. So after they get that pre-approval process, what do they need as far as you already said? Actually, you know what? Let's go into as far as the pre-approval process. Yeah, what's required?
So I always say the 222s. The 222s basically consist of 2 years W-2s, 2 years tax returns, and 1 month bank statements. I'm sorry. 2 years W-2s, 2 years tax returns, 1 month pay stubs.
Okay. Alrighty. So and then after pre-approval, I begin to look for the house. How from there do they choose what program they're going to? Because there's a lot of programs for mortgages. How do they choose, or how do you choose? How do you help them choose what program they're going to use?
Based on their credit score, we can kind of get an idea where what programs to put them in. VA, of course, if you're in the military, our minimum credit score is 580. If you have to go government like FHA, is 600, which is a minimum down payment of 3.5%. We also have a USDA program, which is if you're interested in purchasing in the rural area, and that's 100% financing for non-military. Of course, the credit score requirement for that program is, we always say, the higher the better. And other than that, if you're in need of funds for down payment assistance, we always suggest you at least have a 640. And when we meet face-to-face, we can discuss the pros and cons of using those programs.
Okay, so and are there conventional loans too?
Yes, and conventional, our conventional is 620.
Okay, so now as far as the VA loan, let me touch on that real quick.
Okay.
A VA loan, because I get people all the time like, oh my goodness, my friend got a VA loan and they didn't have to put anything down. And I'm like, they're in the military. You have to be in the military or you have to be a veteran, correct?
Correct.
Okay, just to let you guys know, if you have not been in the military, if you are not married to someone in the military, you cannot get a VA loan. Don't come to me telling me your friend didn't put anything down just because they put their life down for the country.
Correct.
There we are. So let's get on to, just want to touch on real quick the USDA loans. With what's going on right now, we're not calling it a furlough, like I said, we're going to call it a self-care vacation is what we're on. What's going on with that as far as the USDA loan?
So a lot of the government loans that we're doing, especially USDA right now, since with the furlough.
Self-care vacation.
Yes. So we'll still continue to move forward with the process until we hit that wall where we have to wait for the government to actually open up and have them finalize the process. But for now, the way we're treating it is that, business as usual.
There we go. So it's not stopping anything. You still should be if you're a first time home buyer or a buyer, you still should be packing up your things to get ready to move. You still should be paying attention to the process. If you are a seller who knows that your buyer has that type of loan, you still need to be packing up your stuff to move as well, because things will get back on track. We're not acting like anything is going on. Business as usual.
Correct.
Okay. So next we're going to get into the process.
Mm-hmm.
What is the process as far as after the pre-approval, and then we start to look at the homes? Then what's next for us?
Right. So once you actually have a ratified contract, at this point, all we have to do on my end is
what's a ratified contract?
It's basically when you and the seller agreed on the price of the house.
There we go. So when I put in the offer, and the seller says yes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Great.
So once all the signatures are in, we get a copy of it. So all I do in my end is basically just update any of the pay stubs or bank statements that I need to update on my file. And then from there, I wait for you to let me know when the appraisal is going to take place and when it's complete. And then I wait for you to give me the green light to let me know whether or not I can proceed with that appraisal. The reason why I do that is because I want to make sure we don't spend any necessary fund from the borrower. And this is my explanation. That is this: if I proceed with the appraisal first, and while the home inspection is taking place, that's $500, $600 of funds that may basically be wasted. Because again, if the home inspection comes back later and we realize that the buyer finds all these issues with the house and they no longer want to move forward, then now what? Money's spent. So I'd like to take things in step. Home inspection is first. Once I get the green light, I order the appraisal, and then while we're waiting for the appraisal, in the back end, we're actually processing and underwriting your file. And from there, the goal is to have a conditional approval. And with that conditional approval, it's just basically any documents that we may be missing, maybe any updated pay stubs, bank statements, title work, and so forth. And then the goal, while that's happening, is we get the appraisal back and saying that it's appraised. And then at that point, once we have all that, you're pretty much, done.
Then they go to the closing table after everything is, all settled and done with underwriting, right?
Yes.
All right. So then that takes us back to where we were with the title company weeks ago, that you already learned about, which I also have a link for. If you don't remember and you weren't tuned in for that, you can ask me for the link for that, and I'll send that to you. So Eugene, we have touched every topic that we wanted to touch, and did this on the first try, which means it probably could have been live. But we'll handle that next time, because Eugene will be back. This is my man, 50 grand. He has been, seriously, he's been awesome with helping me with my open houses and making sure, that's what we want to talk about too, the marketing. So there is a super plus about listing with me, with my great ally, Eugene, because he does something special for me where he sets up, let me let you tell what you do.
Sure. We have this we are subscribed to this program where that's a great marketing material for agents. We pay for it. All you have to do is sign up, and when you have a listing, it automatically generates flyers, interactive links to the property. And so, again, it's going to be co-branded with my information and, of course, my partner as well. So, it's free to sign up. Just reach out to me if you're interested in using it, and I can even kind of give you a little tutorial on how to use it as well.
There we are. So you get an extra little boost when you list with me, because we have that free marketing material for you. I'm posting on social media. I'm posting on a network with over 500 agents who are out looking for your buyers and who can get your home sold fast. So any other tips that you have for first-time home buyers, or any other tips as far as like mortgages or how people can get prepped, or anything on your mind that you can think of, or have we touched everything?
Yeah, so if the only thing I can think of is if you're in the near future looking to eventually purchase, just, one of the things you want to do is just look at your debt and just minimize your spending, save, and really pay down any credit cards that you may have, because as you pay down your credit cards to the minimum balance, what's the upside to that? Your credit scores increases. So
they want to pay it down and not close it, right?
Correct.
They want to keep it open.
Correct.
Don't close it.
Do not close it. So other than that, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And yeah.
Sounds good. Well, we want to thank Eugene for coming on Not Live with us. I'm never going to stop ribbing you for that. So thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you. You guys, you know what you have to look forward to for my home buyers, with great service, quick service, and an awesome guy like Eugene. He's so cool. And also my listers, my sellers, what you have to look forward to with listing with me as far as your marketing materials. And that's just a little bit of what we have coming to you as far as getting your home sold and getting your home sold fast. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'll be back next week with new material. I might even make Eugene come back next week and go live with some new stuff. So I don't have time for this mess. Thanks, guys, for tuning in once again. Eugene, say bye. Bye. Thanks, guys. See, that was harmless, right?
Can we start over?
We're still recording.